Hi everyone, today I'm going to be doing my favourite drugstore makeup items, and I am a big advocate of buying from the drugstore, or high street as we call it in the UK, because I personally have found lots of products that work for me and work for my skin that are well priced and available on the high street. I know lots of people like to buy high end because they feel it works better for them, but I've found a lot of products that work really well for me, that are affordable and really readily available, which is really great. I do like to buy high-end makeup, but I only tend to buy it if I want to treat myself or if I really can't find something in the drugstore. I've got quite a lot of products here to show, so I'm going to get started. There are a few items that I've not found great drugstore products from, so I won't really be mentioning things from those categories. And also there are 2 or 3 products that I want to mention, but I don't actually have them in my collection at the moment because I'm really trying to downsize and I just don't have them at the moment, but I'll insert a picture or something. I've got reviews of them on my blog, so I'll link those below. So first of all, I will start with foundation, and this is the first item that I don't actually have in my collection at the moment. And the foundation is the Bourjois Healthy Mix foundation, and I'll put a picture like here or something. And this is a really great foundation. It's medium coverage and it's really buildable, so you can put 2 layers on if you really wanted to. But it's got a kind of satin finish because it's not completely matte, but it's not dewy either. It just looks really natural, and I had number 52 and the colour match was great. I have to admit the colour selection for Bourjois foundations isn't brilliant, but if you find one that matches your skin then that's great. And I really like this foundation. It lasts well on the skin and just looks so natural. Like I said before, I'll leave a link to my blog post review of it in the down bar because it's a bit more in depth and you can kind of see what it looks like swatched and stuff. Then I don't really have anything kind of concealer wise because I've not really found a great drugstore concealer. There are some that I like, but they aren't brilliant. I do want to try the Collection 2000. I think it's the Lasting Perfection concealer, but I haven't got around to that yet. But moving on to cheek products, I have quite a lot of cheek products that I love from the drugstore, and I had a bit of difficulty trying to whittle it down to a few because I would have included about 10 if I could have done. So I've got 3 to show you, and the first one is this blush by Bourjois, and it's the shade Rose de Jaspe. How cute is that packaging? It's Paris themed, and the colour is like a peachy pink with silver shimmers. And the thing about Bourjois blushes is that because they're baked, they get like an oil cover or something quite easily, and you have to kind of rescore them to refresh the makeup. But once they're rescored, they're so pigmented and really lovely colours. This is a really nice colour, which I sometimes use as like almost a cheek highlight, and I think this will be a really gorgeous highlight for darker skin tones as well. But the colour is so pretty. You can really see that. Just swatch it quite heavily so you can see it. Hopefully you can see that, and it gives a really nice sheen and glow to the skin as well. This has got shimmers and glitters in it, but it doesn't come across on the skin. There is no evidence of a glitter at all. It just gives a really nice kind of healthy glow. The only thing about these is that they're about £6 or £7, and you only get 2.5 grams or 0.08 ounces of product. So that's hardly anything, but this is a really lovely blush. So that's the Bourjois blush. Moving on to a cream blush. This is from Topshop and this is Neon Rose. I've had this for ages and I absolutely love it. On my blog I've got a post about how I think this is a dupe for MAC's Virginile cream colour base, and I'll link that below. You can kind of see this has got a more powdery finish because it's kind of cream to powder, but it's a gorgeous bright coral colour. You can see how pigmented it is, and if I just swatch it there, that's how pigmented it is. Obviously you wouldn't use that much, but if I blend it out a bit you can kind of see the powdery finish. And it's really matte, and it's just a really pretty kind of glowy cheek colour. You really don't need a lot of this, so this will last you for ages. This costs about £6 as well, and the great thing is you get 4 grams of product, which is 0.14 ounces. So you get almost double the amount of this for the same price. Okay, so just had to get some tissue because I've got swatches and makeup all over my hands. Okay, moving on to my favourite highlighter from the drugstore, and this is the W7 Africa, and they class it as a bronzing powder, which to me doesn't really make much sense. It looks like this inside. As you can see, it's obviously got the darker browns like for the bronzing and stuff, but when you swatch it, it's more of like a pretty peach colour. If I just swatch it, hopefully you can see that. It's a really gorgeous highlight, and I'll swatch it heavily so you can see it. It's just there. I don't know if you can really see that, but it's just so pretty, and this just gives you a really gorgeous glow if you use it on the tops of your cheekbones. And the great thing about this is that you get a lot of product. You get 8 grams of product, and I'm all about kind of value for money with products, to be honest. And I always look at how much product you actually get for the price. And like I said, you get 8 grams for this, and this was like £1.99, £2. So you get a lot of product for a really great price, and it's such a gorgeous colour. And it has no evidence of shimmer or glitter as well, just like a healthy glow. So I really love that as well. Moving on to eye products. I don't really buy much eyeshadow in general, and I only have a few drugstore eyeshadows, and the ones that I absolutely love are by MUA, and I actually deposited them into a MAC palette, and I've got a 1 mono as well. So these are the ones that I have in my MAC palette, and I just deposited them because sometimes it's easier just to have them in a palette, although sometimes it's also easier to have them in a mono, so kind of I'm in two minds about what to do. But these only cost £1 and they are absolutely brilliant. So here we have MUA Shade 12, which is a lovely chocolate brown. It's there, you can see how pigmented it is. And then we have MUA Shade 1, which is a gorgeous kind of champagne highlight colour. That's there, you can see how pigmented that is. It's such a lovely highlight. And these are pearl finishes, so they're not exactly like glittery, but they're kind of shimmery with like a satin kind of finish. And this is MUA Shade 11. A lot of people have compared this to Club from MAC because you can kind of see the duochrome and this is really pretty as well. So these are great, and I've also got a matte shade, and I can show you how pigmented that is as well. This is number 20, and this is just a matte black. If I just swatch that, you can see how pigmented that is. It's absolutely brilliant. These are so soft and buttery and pigmented, and they look really nice on the eye. The lasting power is pretty good, and the great thing about them is they cost £1. Moving on to eyeliners. First of all is a pencil one, and this is Revlon Colourstay eyeliner in black, and it's one of these kind of mechanic ones, and it's got a little sharpener on the end, and this is a great eyeliner. It's not as creamy as the Urban Decay 24/7 eyeliners. It's quite a hard pencil, so it's not really great for the waterline or tight line, to be honest, because it drags a little. But I really love using this on my lower lash line because it stays put. If I just show you, you can see it takes a few swipes. Whoops, it's gone in. It takes a few swipes to be fully black, but that's how dark it is. It's such a great colour, and once this sets, it does not budge. But this is about £7, I think, and it's great. I've repurchased this so many times and will continue to repurchase it because I really love it. Then we have the Collection 2000 Extreme 24-Hour Felt Tip Liner, and I use this so much. I've repurchased this about 1,000,000 times. Again, maybe not 1,000,000, but this is my favourite eyeliner of choice. I use it every single day and I absolutely love it. It's one of these kind of felt tip ones, but it's so easy to use. If you're a novice with eyeliner or you're not great at it, then this is brilliant for you. But this is really great. The nib is really easy to use. I like doing thick eyeliner, so this is perfect. It can do thin lines as well, because you can see there's a thick line, and also there's a thin line next to it, and you can see how pigmented it is, and it lasts all day as well, so I really love that. And this is about £3, I think. And then my favourite eyebrow pencil from the drugstore is this, and it's the Rimmel Professional Eyebrow Pencil. I have the shade 004 Black Brown. The shade is there, as you can see. It's a very warm toned brown, and I wish they did like a cooler toned kind of grey colour, because I really want to try some more grey eyebrow pencils, because I think they will suit my hair tone a bit better. It's kind of got like a waxy finish, and it's quite a hard blended pencil. It's not soft and creamy, which obviously you don't want for an eyebrow pencil, but it sets really well and it looks really natural. I've used it today. I use it every day pretty much, and I really like this. It's about £3 as well, and it's lasted ages. And the little brush on the cap is also brilliant. It's really stiff, so it doesn't take away too much colour, and it's just great for combing through your brows, especially if you don't have a spoolie with you or something. Then the first mascara I'm going to talk about is the Rimmel Lash Accelerator, and this isn't new, so I haven't opened it yet, but I absolutely love this. This is the second or third repurchase I bought, and it's a really great mascara. It's more lengthening than volumizing, so I tend to buy more lengthening mascaras, but it does give you a nice amount of volume and just makes your eyelashes look long and natural. The brush kind of tapers and gets wider in the middle and then tapers thin again. and I'll link my blog post below so you can see the brush and you can see it before and after as well. The other mascara that I wanted to mention, which I don't have again, I'm sorry, is the No. 7 Exceptional Definition Mascara. It's the one in the green tube, and I'll put a picture here again. And the brush is kind of a similar concept to the Benefit They're Real mascara, where it's got the volumizing and like the lengthening and separating brush portions if you turn it over, and it's got the little ball end. And I found that brush to be a godsend. It does everything in one, and it was just so useful. The mascara is brilliant as well. I've got a review of that on my blog, so I'll link it below, and I'm sorry I don't have it here to show you, but it's such a great mascara. The thing about No. 7 is that I don't know if anyone actually buys their mascaras or their makeup full price, but they've got the £5 off vouchers, which I think have actually changed to £3 off makeup, but I'm not sure. But if you use the voucher with the mascara, then it ends up being a really great drugstore price. Moving on to lip products, I only have a few to show you, and 3 are from the same brand, and they're from MUA, and 1 Creampuff. So I'm going to start with the MUA lipsticks, and I have 3. I used to have about 5 I think, but I've used some of them up. And these are really great. They're creamy, they're pigmented, they're not drying on the lips, and they last for ages. The first one is shade 1. This is a gorgeous dark red colour, which is lovely just as a lipstick, or you can use it as a stain as well. Where shall I swatch it? Here. So that's shade 1, so lovely. And then I have shade 13, which is like a strawberry red. And the lasting power of this is absolutely amazing. I've worn it on nights out, and I've never had to reapply it, even after drinking and, you know, all sorts of things when you're a bit drunk. But this is just brilliant. I like to use a lip stain underneath, so if it does wear off, you can't really tell as much. But seriously, this lasts for so long. This is a gorgeous kind of post box strawberry red. So that's shade 1, that's shade 13. And then shade 7 is the lipstick I'm wearing today, and I haven't worn this in ages and rediscovered it. It's kind of like a My Lips But Better colour. That's there, I don't know if you can see that. It's so pretty, and like I said, I'm wearing it today. And again, these lipsticks are fantastic. They're only £1 and they're so amazing. They're definitely on par with some of my high-end lipsticks, and the colours are just gorgeous, and there are loads of colours to pick from now, and they're just so pigmented and they're not drying at all, which is absolutely brilliant. And the last lip product is the Collection 2000 Creampuff, and I have the shade No. 3 Fairy Cake. This is like a matte lip cream. Packaging is quite similar to a lip gloss, as you can see, but it's more of a matte than a gloss, and I have nowhere to swatch this, so I'll do it here. It's like a pretty dark coral colour, which for me, because my lips are quite pigmented, it's like My Lips But Better colour. It's like corally pink, and it's just so pretty. It's not completely matte, it's got a slight sheen to it, as you can see, but it's just so lovely. It's not drying on the lips, and it's a great colour, and it's a great price as well. It smells amazing. It smells like cake or something, and it's one of those really easy lip products that you can just kind of whack it on and then you're done, so I really like that. The last thing I want to mention quickly, because this video is getting really long, are my favourite drugstore brushes. Now I've just got a selection here, and I'm sorry they're all a bit dirty, but I do actually have more brushes I really like from these brands, but I just thought I'd grab a few just to show you. The first brushes that I love are from No. 7, and these are the eyeshadow blend and contour brushes. As you can see, I have 2. And I don't know why I put nail varnish over this, but I think it looks kind of cute. Anyway, these are really great. They're not very dense and they're quite flexible, as you can see, but they're great blending brushes. I sometimes use them with concealer as well. I think they're synthetic and they don't shed and keep their shape really well. And these are really great affordable brushes. Again, if you have the No. 7 vouchers, then they're definitely value for money. And then I have lots of e.l.f. brushes. I actually have about 5 more in my drawers, but I thought I'd just show you the ones that I use on a regular basis. First of all is the e.l.f. blush brush, and I would not be without this. This is my favourite brush for everything, really. I use it for bronzer and contouring. I use it for blush, not the same one obviously, but yeah, this is an absolutely brilliant brush. It's gone slightly D-shaped, as you can see, but it's a really great size. You can really get into the hollows of your cheekbones with this, and it's really great. It has never shedded, it's never lost the colour or anything, and it's just great. It's really soft, and this is from the Studio line, so it's £3.50. Then I have the e.l.f. Complexion brush, which is great if you just want a quick pop of colour on the cheeks, or I use it for powder sometimes as well. They had the e.l.f. stipple brush, which as you can tell I use for blush. I absolutely love it. This is brilliant. It's not very dense, but it just deposits the right amounts of colour, especially on pigmented blushes like this one, for example, where you don't want too much colour. So that's great. And then the last thing is this e.l.f. Eyelash and Brow Wand, which is £1.50. You know, it's just an eyebrow spoolie, which is great for just combing through your brows, and for £1.50 you really can't go wrong. So that's everything for my drugstore makeup favourites, and I'm sorry if this video is really long. I'm thinking of doing a favourite drugstore kind of hair, skincare, beauty, kind of other bits video, which I don't know if you want to see. If you do, then let me know. But these were my favourite drugstore makeup products. Thank you for watching. Bye.